Hello, I'm Leighton Black, founder of the Moving Target blog and Dropalo, a location-based message broadcasting service. Now, it's a week later since I set myself a challenge to build one mobile application per week for the next few weeks, and I have in front of me the finished application. It's called To Do, and it's simply a to-do list. It's built with Ionic Framework and it's currently running in Safari because I couldn't find an easy way to display it on my mobile. But it is on the Play Store, the Android market. So you can download it and play with it if you've got an Android phone and test it out for yourself. So I'm just going to show you what I've added since the last video. Part of it is obvious right now. You can see that there's a color scheme now, and so I've got a big create a list button here. So let's just create a list right now. So, what's our list going to be called? Just call it super list, and give it descriptions, and then to do list. Create the list. Alright, so now we've got a bit of tutorial text. I've been able to add that in the past couple of days. I did it over the weekend. So, got that. Easy. Alright, okay, it's telling me also that I can create new lists using that button. Got it. Right, so let's just try it out. Let's just hold on to that. Okay, so we've got the options come up here. Only an option to delete or cancel, although you can't see cancel very clearly. I'll have to change the styles on that. Bit of neglect there. No problems, no biggie. So we just cancel that. We don't want to delete the list right now. So we'll select that list and add a task. Okay, so we've got some more tutorial text. It's good to let people know how to do things in context rather than as a series of screens that they have to go through and then they forget half of it by the time they reach the end. So sweet, we click on that. Add a new task. What does Superman need to do? Take suit to the cleaners. How about that? And let's elaborate a little. You know which suit I'm talking about. Fantastic, and we'll save and add another. And call Batman. The guy's needy. Always needs me to call him. Save and add another. What else does Superman need to do? Turn back time, change history. Awesome. Alright, so let's save that. Okay, so we've got some more tutorial text. Slide to the left, or swipe to the left, and we can see the details. So let's try that out. Let's just do that, and here we go. Although you didn't see the transition there, but it does actually do a smooth transition on the mobile app. When actually on the mobile phone when you do it. You can edit the task. We'll just say the good suit, and then save that. Fantastic, and you should be able to swipe across there. There you go. Okay, so now we have our list. Now I created 3 items, but you can only see 2 here. That's not a bug. You can show all of them by doing this, but in To Do, which is the reason for the name, it only shows you 2 items by default. What you've got to do now and what you've got to do next. That's all that matters as far as we're concerned. But if you really want to show everything else, then you have the option to do so. So we just hide that and say we've taken the suit to the cleaners. We've called Batman, fantastic, and you can see that the completed tasks end up down here at the bottom. You can hide them if you want. I like to show them so that I know that I've gotten stuff done. And turn back time and change history. I did that, and that's how I managed to get this task done in time. Cheated, just the way to do it. And like a boss, I've finished all my tasks, fantastic. Okay, so there we have our to-do app. You can create new lists if you want to. Another list. Awesome. And then immediately, naturally, it lets you just enter another coordinate list. Lets you enter another task. Well, lets you enter the first task straight away. No point making you click again. And there you have it. So I've been able to build a functional mobile application in really what was more like 2 or 3 days, because I wasn't working on this full time. I have a full-time job and I have a family. That means wife plus 1.5-year-old daughter. So that takes up time. Well, they take up time. Work takes up time. So I was doing this in my lunch break, evenings where I could, and over the weekend I was able to get a fair bit done. So it's definitely a great option if you don't have time to the time or the will to learn Java or Objective-C, if I can say it. You can get really quite a nice feeling application. It's not at the same level as native, but it's not far off either. I mean, I was actually pleasantly surprised by what I found when I put the app on my phone and I started playing around with it. And you can download it from the Play Store and check it out for yourself. So, you know, that would probably be my complaint, that it's not quite the same as native. And another thing that I found with it, with Ionic Framework, was that when I was testing it in Chrome, like I think I mentioned at the beginning of this video, that I'm running this in Safari. If I didn't, I am. And I found that when I was running it in Chrome, that these icons were centered perfectly. Right now you can see that they're slightly to the right and just a little bit too high. In Chrome they were centered perfectly, and on the Android app they were also, like in Safari, they were misaligned. Now that's a minor thing. You can target the platform that you run using the classes that Ionic adds to the body of the document, of your, like, you know, index.html file, for instance. So you can work around this little issue, but it is something to be aware of. You will occasionally find inconsistencies from what you see in the browser on your desktop versus what you see in the finished app. So just be aware of that and be ready to have to do some platform-specific targeting of your CSS styles. But besides from that, I've found Ionic to be, one, really nice to use, and two, to really help you to produce a good quality application in terms of how it feels and stuff. I mean, I know this isn't the most amazing to-do list application in the world, but considering the time that it was done in, and the ease with which it was done, I think that it's testament to the work that the Drifty team have done. So kudos to them. There was something else I was going to say. The other thing is that as I've been going through the documentation, I've found that a lot of integration is possible with the hardware on the device that your OS is running on, or that your app is running on, I should say. So you can access the camera, near-field communication, Bluetooth, wireless, contacts. I mean, it's quite a long list, and it's far more that you can do. It's far more than you can do with a web application. And it makes me wish I'd actually gone straight for the hybrid route rather than going for the web app route with Dropalo. But it's on the roadmap anyway to create a mobile application, so it may happen sooner rather than later. Who knows? So that's the first task done. I'm going to be moving on to the next one. I started on it today, in fact. And that is going to actually involve near-field communication. I'm not going to say exactly what it does. It's a really simple app, and hopefully I can deliver something that is somewhere near as polished as this, although it doesn't look that polished. Look at all that. Look at this. Hardly any padding next to the sides. It does have padding in Chrome, by the way. It's another one of those browser-specific issues, or cross-browser issues. So, as I said, be aware of that. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, suggestions, abuse, whatever, hit me up on Twitter. Put it on put it in the comments in YouTube or on the blog. There are plenty of ways to contact me, and it's really easy to find me. So, whatever you got to say to me, say it. I'm open to it, whether it's good or bad. And I'll be back in touch soon with the next app. And that is just about that. So thanks for watching and thanks for listening. Blackout.